Hello everyone, this is Prakash and I have Spreet with me. He is an IMED Pune student. He is doing MBA from IMED. So today we are talking about buyer persona and customer avatar. I'm just taking you to. So what does people do? People talk to a person or a persona?
According to me, sir, rather we should prefer a persona.
So it always happens. People don't talk to a person. People talk to a personality. Marketers don't sales to person or group of people. They always sales to a personality. Buyers do buy products, but they prefer to buy brands and stories. Uh, in our daily lives, also we do interact with people, understanding about their persona, and likewise people, and we like the people and all. Also in social, we also marry to a persona, not a person. So so persona is the most important thing in our daily interaction with the people, or whatsoever we are planning for, or any thing we are buying, or a marketer is selling. But this session is all about focusing on marketing perspective of the persona. But general perspective also we can also discuss during the talks. So let's begin.
Yes, sir.
So these are the elements of a persona. So what does a persona includes? It includes a person's name, their age, their gender, their education, their income, their challenges and fears, their goals, their hobbies, and some more characteristics attached to it. So these things are the elements of persona, and these things are subject of study in marketing to define buyer personas, customer avatars, and marketing personas. So these words which we are using as buyer personas, customer avatar, and marketing persona, what does they do? They help us to find out our correct buyer. They help us to sell our products and services to best fit of the customers. And this understanding of a persona helps us in various aspects of our life, whether it is a marketing stuff or your daily routine interaction with your friends and family, or your business meetings, or your customers, or any sort of communication you are doing with your people and in your daily life. So what is buyer persona? So buyer persona is something which is influenced by the actual buyer. So this is about actual buyer's study, the actual buyer who is going to buy your product or services. So it is about all their elements of their age group and their earnings and their preferences, their habits, their fears, their things. So these things we need to understand these things, and we have to figure out our buyers. So buyer personas for the similar product, there could be different buyer personas, or for one buyer persona there could be different products and services. So the thing is, like, personas are in is influenced by the actual buyer profile, and it does help to define our buyer, and it does help to improve our products and services. Next is customer avatar. So lot of people think that buyer persona, customer avatar, these terms are similar, but these terms are very much similar, look similar, but this has some basic differences of their own terms basically. So customer avatar is something which is a avatar, which is a customer avatar, which is influenced by the existing customers. So the existing customers means the person who has already bought your products and services, and it is very useful to them, and they are very happy with the experience. So many times marketer has to study existing customers to understand the whole product life cycle, and to design a customer avatar wherein they can regularly engage with the customer avatar and bring the innovation and magnitude towards the products and services. Then we comes to marketing persona. Marketing persona is something which is a very broad matter of understanding or subject, which influenced by marketing plan, the whole competition, the product market fit. So these things are more depending upon the market and competition, the external market competition and product market fit. Again, this particular thing also is very influential when we are planning a marketing plan. So understanding these all three sections of buyer profile or target audience or target group is very much important to plan anything to market, anything to sell, anything to talk about. So we covered buyer persona, which is influenced by the actual buyer, customer avatar, which is influenced by the existing customers, and marketing persona, which is influenced by the external market. So all these three things we need to again understand the person's characteristics, elements, challenges, goals, hobbies, education, preference, gender, age, and many more things when it comes to digital behavior on the transaction. So this is a big subject. It won't be, we won't be able to cover this whole thing in the one session, but yes, these all thing has to be defined before planning any market, sort of any marketing plan or sort of any sales plan basically. So IP, any question?
Yes, sir. I would like to ask one thing here, that how does buyer persona helps us to attract the customer towards our product or service which we are offering?
So see, so buyer persona is nothing to do with the attraction of the product and service. So one cannot say if I have planned if I have defined a buyer persona, and according to it I am planning some promotional things and some promotional plans or some attractions. This is one thing, and the second thing is then the buyer persona is already defined. So one buyer persona can carry millions of people basis the need of that particular person. So it comes like so what happens with this, so it comes like a personality in terms of representing a brand or product or services, so wherein you can jot down all the elements of your buyer persona around your products or services. For example, if you are selling bath soap for kids, so you have to uh, mix that particular thing with certain attributes, like it is very soft, very hygienic, very fun, playful, something like that, which is in and around for the kids kind of persona or the kind of thing. So it works like that.
Okay, sir.
Anything else?
No, sir.
Are you clear about the buyer persona and customer avatar?
Yes, sir.
What do you do when I'm trying to tell you you have to define for a particular product buyer persona and customer avatar, and that particular product is very new to the market? What would you do the first?
So if the product is very new to the market, first I would like to segment my market.
Okay.
Segment my market, identify my market conditions and where my product would be suited in the market, and then only go on with the selling of my product.
No,
Rather than
my question is, what would you do first? Whether you will be going to define your buyer persona, you are going to define your customer avatar, or you will have with your marketing persona?
I would like to go with buyer persona first, sir.
Okay, so in my opinion, you should first define your marketing persona, then you should define your buyer persona, and then you can get your customer avatar when you will have your ready-made customers.
Existing customers.
Yes, so I think this has to be the order. Um, one thing I want to add in this particular session is this buyer persona, customer avatar, marketing persona are the things which has to be defined to do any sort of transaction in terms of business, any sort of sales, any sort of product services. It will help to any size of business, whether it is a very small business or it is a medium sized business or it is a big business, whatsoever the size is. If you are a freelancer, if a person is freelancer or he's providing freelancing services, still he could understand these stuff and he can design his customer avatars, and accordingly he can improvise his products and services and bring the innovation in the table, in the matrix, and help their customers to serve better in terms of products and services. Anything you want to add, IP?
No.
Okay, so one thing I also wanted to tell you, which I have just skipped. So something which is like, so as we spoke about the buyer persona and customer avatar, so in marketing persona, we are depending upon the product market fit. So what does product market fit is? So again, product market fit is the acceptance of your product in the market. It is exactly sufficing the existing demand, and it could be also fulfill the future demand. So when these kind of conditions happens with your products or services, this comes under product market fit. And if a product, so there are two things. One is product market fit, and there's another thing is market product fit. So both is reciprocated to each other. So sometimes what happens is that the product is very good, but market does not have that kind of demand.
Capacity to respond to it, you can say.
So the product is much advanced and which is not accepted by the common buyer or the large segment of buyer. And sometimes it happens that there is a huge market, but still there is no product or innovation available for people. So these are called market gaps, product market gaps. So these things, product market gaps, can be fulfilled by creating these particular buyer persona, customer avatar, and marketing persona thingy very carefully. If you go deep to study it and get it right, you will have a lot of innovation for your products and services, and you'll be differentiate yourself from your competition, and that is how this is going to be your success in your market. So I think this is it for the today. So signing off. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.